Restrictions may apply. Take new retail delivery from dealer stock by January 2nd, 2019. Lease a 2018 Escape SE for $139 a month for 24 months. Now at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Now available for download. Always Aggravated. The Mike Valenti Signature Podcast. Get it on radio.com and Apple iTunes.
Give me malt vinegar on my 6 fries. That's from Jeff. 6 fries, Gator. That's what Harvard scientists are saying. We should have in one serving 6.
6.
Mustard all day and pepper all day. That's from another unnamed texter. I'm with you, Gator. Mustard is amazing on fries. Ketchup is a sauce for children. That's from Joe and Hal.
Well, I like ketchup as well, but I mentioned the tater tot thing back in middle school or back in elementary school.
Yes.
That's where my love of mustard on French fries came from, because when you got the hot dog lunch, the only condiment that came with was mustard. So I needed mustard for my dog and for my tots. And I went, these are fantastic. I love it. So ever since then, I was maybe 10 years old when I discovered my love for mustard.
Let's go to Howard and Romeo. You're on 97 on the ticket. Hi, Howard. Howard.
Hello?
Yes, you, sir. Go ahead.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, you yelling in the car. You, sir. You're doing fantastic.
I'm sorry. Hey, just a thought. You were talking about Urban Meyer and where he might go. Is there a possibility he goes pro? And there's a nice opening at Green Bay right now.
I mean, it's possible. I don't think it's likely that he's going to coach for at least a year. I think he is going to sit out a whole year. But hey, to coach Aaron Rodgers, like, a lot of people would like that. The big rumor, though, is that Josh McDaniels from the Patriots, that he would go to Green Bay, which would be really interesting.
I personally don't see Urban Meyer as a pro coach.
I don't either.
I'm not eliminating him going for the money grab, but getting away from some of the things that universities worry about, like ethics. Although everything I listened to yesterday, they really did it the right way at Ohio State. But at the bottom line is, I see him more of a college guy. And the thing about the college coaches and the Sabans and the Myers of the world is they get the built-in advantages you don't get in the NFL. Every team gets a first-round draft pick. Every team gets their selection of which, 5-star, close to 5-star you want. And then the second round, you get your 4 stars. And third round, you get your 4 stars. And then a bunch of 3-star. There's no limit on 5 stars in college. And if you're good at recruiting, so he is good at recruiting. One thing he can do is he can definitely recruit, and he definitely gets guys to the NFL. That is the appeal. I don't think Urban Meyer's going to Green Bay. But if he goes to Green Bay, then great. The nightmare likely continues for people in the state of Michigan. The amount of players that got drafted in the NFL under Meyer's remarkable. Yes, it is. Doug, can you see him going to Tennessee? Actually, yes. My theory is that Urban didn't necessarily believe all of the allegations about the spousal abuse, but he couldn't say that. Well, on the 1 to 10 scale, where 10 is I'm completely shocked and 1 is that exactly what I expect, I'm at a 1 on that one. I don't think there's any doubt he didn't believe the spousal abuse accusation. And when we listened very closely to what he had to say around that time, if you put on the hat that you don't believe a word that this woman said, you don't believe a word, and you think that she's just cray-cray, then you would act the way Urban Meyer acted. That was the only thing that made sense to me. All right, Gator. We got to talk about Kareem Hunt. We were going to do it yesterday, and then the news broke early in the day that Urban Meyer was stepping down for his permanently from coaching until he coaches again. So we didn't get to the Kareem Hunt story. And then while we were sitting here doing the show, TMZ found another video of Kareem Hunt. What I would just say as accurately as I can, he appeared to be involved in an altercation at a Kansas City nightclub. And that comes on the heels of another report where there was no police report about an incident with Kareem Hunt at Put-in-Bay in Ohio, where a man claims that Hunt punched him, and a resort official confirmed it and was quoted in the story, but there was no police report. With each passing revelation, the NFL looks worse and worse. Not because Kareem Hunt might have broken the law, but because there was absolutely no discipline of Kareem Hunt in the wake of the Cleveland hotel incident, in which it was definitely a physical altercation with a woman. And they said they investigated it and he was allowed to play. The investigation looks like more and more of a sham all the time. The Kansas City Chiefs, the NFL, the video that was just released, in terms of timeline, appears to be the first thing that happened. It's Hunt in a physical altercation. It's an incident in January that included initially a police report. A victim had broken bones and bruises, and eventually the victim stopped cooperating. The video that has come out is in the wake of apparently what is alleged to have happened, which is Hunt beat this guy up. And then you see Kareem Hunt, people trying to settle him down. He's trying to get at somebody. To be quite frank, his behavior there and the behavior in the video in the Cleveland hotel with the woman looked very similar. People trying to hold him back and him not letting it go and him. Then we weren't even really going to talk about the Put-in-Bay thing because there wasn't a police report filed, but it's starting to pile up. And what's coming out here is the picture of a guy in Kareem Hunt that either has anger management issues or is out of control, and a league that really turned its blind eye and didn't care. You jumped the NFL for their quote-unquote the investigation.
Right.
When the NFL didn't talk to Kareem Hunt or the woman. The woman, who there's video of it, she eventually refused to press charges.
Yeah, and you may not be able to track down the woman if you're the NFL because there were no charges brought up, and how are you gonna go about doing that?
Here's how you really don't track her down if you really don't try that.
Well, that's my thinking. Star player in the league. Ron Rice, when Ron Rice, Ray Rice? Sorry, sorry, no, Ron Rice, the former Lion. Sorry, my bad. Ray Rice. When Ray Rice was having his legal situation after he knocked out his then girlfriend or fiance at the time, different point in his career, right? End of his career, and he hasn't played since. You're talking about Kareem Hunt, who just came off a season where he was the leading rusher in the NFL, a budding star in the league. I think they handle things differently. Now, the other difference is that the Ray Rice situation had this very detailed police report that told you exactly what happened without having to see the video. The NFL had that report. They also may or may not have had a copy of the video. I'm sure they did. They just didn't look at it or didn't want to acknowledge it because they didn't think it'd come out. But it doesn't matter because the video simply corroborates exactly what the story is, or vice versa, whatever you want to look at. You knew what happened. They gave an initial suspension of whatever it was, 2 games. Then the video comes out like, oh my God, this is terrible. You're right, people. We just saw the video. We'll put it to 4 games. What? You knew what happened. You saw the report. This one doesn't have a report associated with it nearly as detailed with Kareem Hunt. But now the video is surfaced of him clearly, knocking somebody into the woman and then was sweeping, kicking motion towards her on the ground. And obviously there was something that happened. Is that worthy of a 4-game suspension? Look, if you want to set the precedent and live by it and go ahead and do it. But this limbo thing is kind of strange, or where they're putting players.
Commissioner exempt list.
Yeah, it's just strange how that's working. And now you've got these other incidents are being brought to light. And now the NFL's like, well, now we're going to investigate. You should have investigated this crap way back when.
Well, there's a couple things about this. One, let's start with this. The videos that have come out, and there's now, between the Ray Rice video and now these 2 videos involving Kareem Hunt, the NFL, and I was reading Albert Breer, who said, look, mainstream media and the NFL will not pay for these videos as a general rule. And people get these videos and they'll sell them. And TMZ will pay for the videos. And so TMZ gets their hands on them, and then the NFL and the mainstream media reacts. okay, I mean, if that's their policy, that's fine. I am starting to think that the NFL, given they make so much stinking money, when you have a real hole in your game, they need to get out of the investigating of their own players and investigating of their own employees, whether it be coaches or front office personnel. They need to hire an outside branch to do the investigating for them. Because you know what they can? They can afford it. They can afford it. The NFL can afford someone independent that can come in, and so a situation like Kareem Hunt doesn't happen. Where Kareem Hunt, I mean, there's a disturbing pattern here with Kareem Hunt and physical altercations. And while he sounded very sincere in that ESPN apology, and I thought did a really, really nice job in that interview, there's a building case here that my man's got a bit of an issue that needs to get sorted out. And, you know, you really shouldn't put your hands on anyone.
Of course.
But the NFL needs to stop with the farce of we're going to investigate and hire outside companies to investigate or outside independent investigations because they suck at it.
Yep. Well,
And I think they want to suck at it.
you go back to 2017 and Joe Mixon and getting drafted in the second round with the 48th pick overall. And this after everybody had seen the video of him in college just knocking out that woman in the restaurant or wherever they were. I mean, just not breaking her face. I mean, facial fractures because of the impact of the hit. And he played week 1 of the NFL season in 2017 as a rookie. And he played 14 of the 16 games. The games he missed were towards the end of the year, I believe, out of injury. And he's played all 10 games this year. There's hypocrisy in the NFL. There always has been. But these are two very similar situations. One guy's been released by his team and now is on the exempt list by the NFL. He can't play right now. The other guy's hasn't missed a beat.
248-539-9797 open lines. Carson Anderson, 97.1.
When I was first paired up with Andy as his Oscar nurse, I checked his health history, constant weight fluctuations and hospitalizations. That's not unusual for patients with congestive heart failure, but it's preventable. So I called him every day to check on his weight, making sure it was steady. And I set him up with a home health aide. It's been 2 months since Andy's last hospital stay. I don't think he misses it. With Oscar Health Insurance, you get more, like your own customer service team that's always looking out for you. Get covered with Oscar Health Insurance at hioscar.com/radio.
Starting ready to load Pine Road.
Brought to you by Geico. True, you have 14 login passwords, and you can't remember any of them.
Doug is awesome 1, 2, 3.
Truth, it's so easy to switch and save on car insurance at Geico.com.
Doug is super cool and !! Exclamation point 1985. Knew it.
Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
What if every time you went out, you could cash in? Now with the Capital One Saver Card, you earn 4% cash back on dining and entertainment. Like learning more about each other on your first date, you pay the oboe, or discovering they can't hit the high notes at your favorite karaoke bar. No matter your reason for going out, now you have 4 more. Introducing the new Saver Card from Capital One. Earn 4% on dining and 4% on entertainment. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Capital One Bank, USANA. It's the holiday sales event at Ford. It's a big deal, and we're busy making preparations to get you the best deals of the year. Because unlike Santa's presents, ours don't just magically appear. At Ford, ours are built in real factories, where pickup trucks come with best-in-class towing and payload, where SUVs are built with available features like terrain management and driver assist technologies, and where every bolt, stitch, and line of code is tested and tested again. But you don't have to write Santa a letter to get these presents. Naughty or nice, just come see your Ford dealer during our holiday sales event for our best offers of the year. Ford, built for the holidays, built Ford proud.
Best-in-class towing and payload when properly configured. Classic light-duty pickups under 8,500 pounds GVWR based on Ford segmentation.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. A radio.com station. Sports headlines all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by LuLaRich Chevrolet. The top two teams in the NBA Central Division set to clash tonight in Milwaukee, as the Bucks will play host to the Pistons, who are coming off a loss back on Monday night to Oklahoma City, a game where head coach Dwayne Casey said he saw some bad habits crop up for Detroit once again.
Habits are hard to, good and bad habits are hard to make and break. And so we got to make sure we have an even keel no matter what the record is, who we're playing, and some habits are hard to break, but we're going to break them.
Tip-off is at 8, right here on The Ticket. The Pistons open the night just a game and a half behind first place Milwaukee. In the latest edition of Peter King's weekly podcast on the NBC Sports website, he sits down for a one-on-one interview with former Lions GM Matt Millen in a New Jersey hospital room as Millen awaits a heart transplant that could save his life. Now, during their talk, King asked Millen if he's prepared for his life to end if he doesn't receive that transplant.
I think I am. Won't know if I get there. But the point is, I think I'm pretty grateful for all that I've had. I think there's a lot to be grateful for when you really stop and look back on your life.
Millen was diagnosed with the rare heart disease amyloidosis earlier this year. Today, a practice day for the Lions as they continue to get ready to head west to face the Cardinals Sunday afternoon in Arizona. Vegas odds makers have installed Detroit as a 2.5-point favorite for that contest. Former NFL standout and noted thug Greg Hardy will make his UFC debut on January 19th with a bout against Alan Crowder in Brooklyn. Keep in mind, Hardy was exiled from the NFL back in 2014 after a 2014 conviction for domestic violence, an incident where Hardy allegedly threw his then-girlfriend onto a bed that was covered with guns. That conviction, by the way, later erased from his record when the victim failed to appear in court. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Tony Ortiz. For more, go to 971theticket.com.
Tony, thanks. Doug Carr, Scott Anderson, 97 on The Ticket. On the lines, 248-539-9797. Talking about Kareem Hunt as there's more and more being unpacked here with the story of Kareem Hunt. More accusations coming out about physical altercations. Another video has come out, courtesy of TMZ, that is apparently the moments after an altercation where there was a police report and a victim with bruises and broken bones, but the victim eventually stopped cooperating with police. You know, this is one of those things where the victims that stopped cooperating are perhaps, I always wonder what the backstory is there, because, you know, when you don't stop someone and then they do it to somebody else, it's like, why'd you stop? But then there's the question of whether or not there's just a quiet under-the-table settlement. But Kareem Hunt, this doesn't look like a one-off. And the NFL, every time another report comes out, because the NFL and the Chiefs allegedly investigated. There's a huge conflict of interest when they're investigating their own players. This needs to be outsourced and given to a independent investigator as part of the NFL's protocol immediately. Immediately. It doesn't make any sense. They're bad at it because they want to be bad at it.
Well, that's exactly it. They're not bad at it because they have people that don't know what they're doing. I mean, they have people that work for the National Football League that have ties or former ties in a way to like the CIA and the FBI. If you wanted to investigate something thoroughly, guess what they do? They investigate it thoroughly. Like, you know, for things that matter, like deflating a football. Like things like that. They'll investigate that to the hilt. How dare you?
Yeah.
But, you know, when it comes to somebody allegedly beating up a woman, or not allegedly, actually doing it, and you see it on videotape, and like, oh, I don't know, we don't know how they got their hands on the tape. We're just not going to pay for the videotape. Well, I'm sure there are ways around it where you can get that information. Obviously, you can get that information, and they just didn't, because they didn't want to investigate it. They didn't want to believe the worst in a guy like Kareem Hunt, who's a star in the league. They don't want to do that.
No.
You know, they didn't want to do it with Ray Rice, even though the police report said exactly what happened. hit her in the face with force enough to knock her unconscious. Okay, do I need to see a video to understand what that is? Apparently I did. Let's double the suspension. Really? And it's Tony's update with the story on Greg Hardy, and he's fighting in the UFC now because he got kicked out of the NFL. Because he threw a woman on a bed that also had guns. So, it's not just the physical violence, there's the gun factor, too.
The video of that one would probably be damn disturbing as well.
I would imagine so.
A woman thrown onto a bed with guns all over it. Let's go to Tim in Mount Clemens, John. I still want to take it. Hi, Tim.
Hey, how you doing, man? Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
I was talking to the screener, man, and I was just saying that maybe to get these guys some help because, they're programmed to just be aggressive. They're programmed to. No, I don't condone, any type of violence on a woman or any other person at all. But they're programmed to be this violent person 365 days a year. And then sometimes, the aggression that comes, how do you expect them to turn it off right away? Without them getting some help. So if the NFL knew that this had happened between Kareem Hunt or Ray Rice or any other guy that was being aggressive or violent towards a person, why not try to get them help? I think it's their duty to get them help because they put them in situations, like I said, to where they got to be extra aggressive all the time. And as soon as something happens, they turn their switch on. And that switch is just, I guess in their situation, it looks like it's hard to turn it off. Looking at that Kareem Hunt video, no matter who was holding him back, he was still trying to go and go and go. And that just leads me to believe it's just a switch in her head that, it needs to be contained or helped out with.
Let's talk about it too. With police officers and soldiers and people that have jobs that can be highly stressful and include violence and do they need some sort of counseling to make sure that the violence is left to on the job or on the field? And I don't know what the answer is, but I do know this, that the NFL doesn't want this reputation. They don't want these guys out there doing this. No business would. And they need to take it more seriously as far as vetting when it comes to find out who did what. Now, your point, most NFL players don't beat up women. Most NFL players don't get into fights. So I don't think it's a problem indicative of the job. In fact, I think the NFL would probably come at us, and I'm speaking out of my hindquarters now, but I can totally hear the NFL say, the percentage of our players that are in domestic violence is less than the normal people. So I don't know that there's something about the job that makes it inherent that they're more likely to have these kinds of things. But we worked for Spindler, and Spindler used to tell me, and I don't know if Spindler used to say, people come test me.
Oh, absolutely.
Spindler was a monster of a man.
But you're a target.
Totally a target, which is why he liked hanging out and watching games at home.
Right.
Having a few beers at home because he was sick of getting, quote-unquote, tested out in public. But I don't know, man. I would...
When they discussed Monday Night Football and Jason Witten and Booger McFarland, and I think it was Booger that said, look, this isn't an NFL problem. It's a societal problem. I agree with him. It is a societal problem. It's not only germane to the NFL. And I think you're right. If the statistics would probably show that the percentages aren't any greater from players in the NFL compared to people in society. It's the previous caller talking about how they need to get the players help. I agree 100% with that. And I think some of that probably takes place with players that I imagine there has to be counseling immediately if this happens. If they're going to suspend a player, hey, part of your reinstatement from suspension, you have to go to and speak with therapists and counselors or whatever. I'm sure that takes place. Maybe more of that needs to happen. I don't know. But I think the other thing is when you bring up Mark Spindler and him being a target out there, yeah, it happens. And when you watch these videos of Kareem Hunt, the other thing you see is that it's not just one-sided, okay? Like in the video of him with the woman, the first one in the lobby of the hotel wherever they're at, she is pointing and coming at him too.
Yeah.
So something happened. This is just out of the blue, like this guy just, I've had enough of you and want to, kick you out the door. Something happens, okay, that we don't know what happened. We don't know what was said. We weren't there. And when you see the next video of him at the club, we don't know what whatever person was said to him did to him, what goes on there, because we're not in that world. I mean, you can only imagine, okay, here's a professional athlete, a high-profile person. Do athletes have entourages? 100%. If people want to glom on and try to be part of that party, like if you hear, hey, dude, I'm at the bar right now, you're not going to believe who's here. Kareem Hunt is here. Some people, when they text their friends like that, guess what? Their friend's going to come out to the bar just to see that person. And they want to be around that person. And there's always one jackass in the group that may want to test him or whatever, or provoke him in some kind of way. And there are those people out there that are like the touch me and I'll sue crowd. But you keep pushing somebody's buttons to try to get there. I don't know if that's what happened with Kareem Hunt. I mean, I'm just putting it out there as something that can happen to think about. Put yourself in his shoes too. What happens to get you to go to that place where you look like you're uncontrollable? Because it's just a snapshot in time of a small snippet on video, and nothing shows what happened before that.
248-539-9797. Josh in West Bloomfield. Hi, Josh.
Hey guys, thanks for taking the call. How's it going?
Good, all right.
So I just want to touch base on the video. I did a little digging and looked into what is the security for the chief. And the person that's in charge is Jeff Miller. He's done decades and decades of private security. He's worked for the NFL as a security chief. So I guess what my point is this Miller, who has been in the business of security, can't find the video, how did TMZ?
TMZ can pay for it.
In this video.
Well,
exactly.
Yeah, they pay for it, and the NFL teams won't.
See, but being in that private security, this man was a state trooper for 10 years. He has everything at his disposal to do his job.
See, I don't think he does. Troopers, they won't pay for video either. Now, can they get a warrant and go out and, they have to search and find it? Because especially the one in Cleveland, because that looked like a security camera video. Mm-hmm. That wasn't a cell phone video where you don't have any idea whose cell phone it is. Right. But but now he's no longer. If he's working for the Chiefs, he can't get a warrant, can he? Especially if the matter is closed in the eyes of the police.
Of course, but if with his training, if he were to do some digging, I personally believe he would be able to find it 100%.
I agree with you. I think you dig a little bit, you can absolutely find the tape. And the NFL has people that work in their organization that have those investigative skills, but they didn't want it.
I don't think they really.
Here's what I think happened. I think they saw it and didn't say anything about it because they didn't think it was going to surface.
Wow.
Because there weren't any charges brought up. They had two different versions of the story, so the cops didn't pursue it any further. And I think that they thought this is just going to go away. Let's not go away.
That leads to a follow-up question, which I'll get to in 5 minutes. More of your phone calls, 97.1.
Hey, better and better. This is what I'm telling you. The deals keep getting better and better for my friends at Superior Buick GMC in Dearborn. This is awesome. I'm telling you guys, this Yukon deal they have right now in the GMC Yukon, it's incredible. They just dropped it another $30 a month. Superior still has way too many 2018 Yukons, and they'd like to unload them, and you get to benefit from this Gator deal. It's even better than ever. You can lease your 2018 Yukon SLE for only $349 a month with just $995 down. You can drive away today in the exact Yukon that you want, and there's more to choose from than almost anybody else out there in their lot. It's awesome, and you can only pay $349 a month. Now, if you'd rather purchase your car, I understand that, and so do they, and they want to cut you a great deal. So if you want to buy, that's fine. You can save up to $13,000 with factory rebates and incentives. Now, if you want the Mac Daddy Yukon, that's right, the Yukon Denali 4x4 Ultimate Package, you can save up to $18,000 if you're interested. Of course, I always like to point out, in addition to superior pricing, they have one of the largest inventories in the country, and they've also won Dealer of the Year for the last 3 years in a row. They know about customer satisfaction. They know it's this time of the year where, hey, how about a new car for Christmas? That'd be awesome. Holiday is the perfect time to go out and get the best deal possible. They have that at Superior Buick GMC. So go ahead and visit my friends at Superior Buick GMC. They're on Michigan Avenue. It's just east of Greenfield in Dearborn. Or you can shop online. They deliver at SuperiorOnline.com.
The D-Shop at Comerica Park is the place to be this Saturday for the Detroit Tigers holiday sale, with select items up to 50% off. Don't miss a special autograph signing with the Tigers' top 4 prospects from 2 to 4 p.m. For autograph tickets, visit tigers.com/authentics.
The health insurance industry is constantly changing. Not sure you're getting the best possible plan for your business, you or your family? Take the guesswork out of choosing your health insurance. Call me, Mike Prepura. I will show you a variety of options, including the least expensive option, both on and off the marketplace, guaranteed. Remember, open enrollment is only 45 days, November 1st through December 15th. Call me, Mike Prepura, now at 877-734-2200 or on the web at nbphealth.com. And remember, National Benefit Plans would like to be your health and life insurance agency for a lifetime.
Think you won't be challenged at Schoolcraft College? Our professors think otherwise. Our faculty is serious about academics, and you can bet you'll be challenged. We'll teach you the skills you need to compete and provide the support to power your academic accomplishments, and then go even higher. You'll learn to apply yourself, do your best work, and explore exciting possibilities inside and outside the classroom. But college isn't only about labs and lectures. Outside the classroom, you can connect with people who share your passions. Join a club, or even start your own. If you're ready to make your goals a reality, to learn what it takes to succeed in a competitive world, Schoolcraft College should be your college choice. We'll help you tackle your dreams, accomplish what you start, and finish with the skills to move on with confidence. Classes are forming now in Livonia, Garden City, and online. Go to schoolcraft.edu or find us on Facebook. Welcome to Schoolcraft. Welcome to college.
Rich Eisen here for Honda. Dreaming of snow? Then you'll love the 2018 Honda CR-V. You'll drive with confidence through snowy conditions thanks to the available real-time all-wheel drive. And holiday shopping will be easier than ever with the available smart entry with walkaway auto lock that lets you lock and unlock your CR-V without even taking out your key. And the available hands-free access power tailgate can even lend a hand when yours are full. So hurry to your Honda dealer for a great deal during the Happy Honda Days sales event.
Indeed knows it's hard to find qualified candidates when you're hiring.
It's like finding a unicorn.
But when you post your job on Indeed, it's easy to find people with the skills you need.
Nurse practitioner, 4+ years experience, acute care certification.
Indeed has a huge pool of amazing candidates and screener tools that help you find your most qualified applicants.
Whoa, an entire short list of unicorns.
See why more than 3 million companies worldwide use Indeed to hire. Post your job at Indeed.com/hire. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. Source.com score total visits.
The next time you're in Vegas, head to the D Las Vegas. It's not on the Strip. It's in downtown Vegas. The odds are better, the party's bigger, and you'll feel right at home. Book your stay today at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
The Detroit Red Wings play the Toronto Maple Leafs. Pre-game tomorrow night at 6:40 on 97.1 The Ticket.
Self-righteous, there's absolutely no way I would ever. Like, okay, that's fine, but if she is dropping N-bombs and slaps a man, and I'm